Efficient way I found really to build gates by yourself if you're sitting here by yourself. The first thing we did was we hung the hinges with these three screws here and left them open. They weren't attached to the gate. They were just hung in place where we wanted the supports for the gate to be at. And normally I run these supports at the same place I run the pickets at. So I mean the stringers at. The top and the bottom is roughly where we put those at. So you screw in those hinges and then you've got them there. Then you go ahead and measure your distance across the entrance of your gate, minus 3/4 of an inch for your hardware. And that's the length that you cut your top and your bottom boards. That way they're always straight and true. Then the length that's in between here, you'll measure that distance and you cut the boards to the right and left. You screw that all together. I lay them flat as you see so that way the gate opens. If you turn them the other way, the gate doesn't like to open because I'll catch over here on the edge when you do it. Once you've got that frame up, I built myself a jig, whatever you want to call it, a little piece of stable, something or other, some blocking. I placed underneath there. I also grabbed a couple pieces of board and I put them underneath here in this area so that it would match right up to there. And then I took the frame and I sat it right on top of those boards and butted it right up against there. Now I can stand there by itself. I don't need no help. And I can screw the first screw in. There was no picket here. I just screwed the first screw in right there and held the frame in place. I also run this board across the top here so we know where we're at. Then I measured what that first picket was going to be. I went and cut it, put it up there, and I put it in place right there and then put the screws back in. That way the gate is actually secured now and it's in place where it's supposed to be. The hardware still wasn't attached. The next thing I did was I came over and I measured this board right here and I cut it to fit to the top of there and I screwed it on. And then I screwed the second board on. And then I screwed this board on right here. These are the important ways to go because once I did that, I'm able to attach the hardware here and the hardware there, and now I have a gate that actually functions and works, and I can attach all the rest of these and put the screws in the rest of the way. That's for a gate that works with an incline like this. If you have a gate that works straight and true, you can usually just measure what the distance is on the first one, go lay it out there, and put all your pickets in all on the front, and just bring your gate up here and hang it if you'd like, because they're all straight and true. But usually when you have an incline or decline on something, you're going to need something like this in your jig when you put them up. And then you'll find that that'll go a little faster for you. All right, thank you.